You already know the talent that's sitting in front of you, and you already know that they have a track record of success. So why wouldn't they be successful in this new role? Teamwork makes the dream work. We all say it, but what does it really mean? As the leader, how can you make sure that everybody on your team is contributing and contributing equally and at the highest level that they could contribute? The first thing that you need to do is to sit down with your team and clearly define your objectives. You'd be surprised how many leaders don't really want to do that because, frankly, they're not really clear on what the objectives are. So leaders, spend some time saying, what are my 3 objectives as I go into 2024? We'd like to make greater revenue. We'd like to make sure we maintain our cost structure. I don't want to lose anybody on my team, or I want to make sure that I have 2 people that I develop and prepare and then position them to be promoted this year. Once you define whatever those goals are, now you can work backwards. If you'd like to get 2 people on your team promoted, then make sure that you understand what the profile needs to look like in order for you to sell it to the rest of the organization. Who else do you need to get them exposed to? The other decision makers around that table. How are you going to get them exposed? Develop a plan for each one of those objectives. Oh, you'd like to grow revenues? Oh, would you like to further penetrate the marketplace with the product that you already have? Or are you thinking about introducing a new product? Oh, are you thinking about going into new territories? Once you have, again, identified the goals and identified the strategy of what's the best strategy that will give you the highest probability of achieving those goals, now you think about all the people on your team and what their superpowers are. And before you go off and hire someone else, think about whether or not there are skills that are already found in the people that are around your table that you never called upon. Organization after organization leaves so much talent on the table. They never ask, what else are you interested in doing? What did you do before you came to that organization that I never asked you to do in this seat? So often we go out and hire new talent when the talent is already there. Why? Well, I hired Alice for this particular role. And when Alice interviewed, there were easily 4 or 5 other things that she had done, but I was really assessing whether or not she had the skills and the capabilities to do this particular job. And after she's been doing that job for 5 years, I never go back and revisit that resume to see the other things that she might be able to contribute to the organization. You might be in a position to give her more responsibility or turn her over to a new opportunity that has never been done, because after all, to hire somebody into that role, you're taking a risk on that new talent. You already know the talent that's sitting in front of you, and you already know that they have a track record of success. So why wouldn't they be successful in this new role? And then you can develop another talent into the role that they already have. Leveraging your people is one of the most important things that you can do. And it certainly is an unlock for making the team work like a dream. The next thing that you want to do is to make sure that you have a really good understanding. After you've defined your goals and after you figured out who you're going to give them to or who you could give them to, now you want to make sure that you check your understanding of people's skills and capabilities. You want to make sure you have a great understanding of not only what they've done for the organization, what they did before they got to the organization, what they studied in graduate school or college, or frankly, what they're doing on the side. Most people are pursuing some of their dreams in some way outside of their 9 to 5 or their 9 to 8. They're finding other ways to express themselves and to use the talent, frankly, that is a part of their superpower. Find out what they're doing. How can you leverage that for the organization? I happen to have been a great speaker, but I was never being asked to speak within my organization until someone heard me speak outside the organization and thought, wow, Well, you're doing that for that organization, or you're doing that for that industry conference. Maybe you might want to share some of that information with our people internally. But this is something that I love doing, and now the organization can leverage that skill or leverage that superpower for our employees or for our clients. So those are the kinds of things that you want to understand about your people as a leader. And again, when people know that you see them, they feel like they are valued and they are motivated and inspired to contribute at an even higher level than what you've been asking them for. That's how you can make the team work really well. And when you applaud and laud each member of your team in front of everybody else, that makes them feel more like a team. That makes them want to help each other. And you might also be a little intentional about having person A work with person B or having person D work with person A. The more you can put your team together, the more familiar they will become with each other. And remember, proximity will breed that familiarity, and that familiarity will breed people supporting each other, formally and informally. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, and having your team support each other and each working at their highest level will give you a dream of an outcome. Go get them.